Hello and welcome to the Legion of Creators, episode 47, January 27th, 2026. I am Luke. Here we have Kenna, also have Chris Forth, and Joe. So we got a few things to talk about this week. We're going to get into a few trailers, Daredevil, Darth Maul, Masters of the
He-Man.
Universe.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're going to get into a few other things. Fallout, the new episode of that, Seven Knights of the Kingdom, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Oh my God, I'm out of it. So let's just get to it.
You got the right words.
All right.
Just not in the right order.
They're kind of there.
Legion of Creators.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
What's up? All right, so why don't we actually start off with the Dragon Ball stuff?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think I didn't get to mention that before, but
yeah, I think that's Chris's department. So
yeah, that's me.
So a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so I think what it says. So obviously it's the 40th anniversary of Dragon Ball. So obviously Akira Toriyama, who was the creator and stuff, obviously passed away 2 years back now. So that was a little sting in the anime. That was a big sting in the anime community. But yeah, so like it's 4 years. They had an event. It showcased pretty much like I think they showcased the new game, which is called Age 1000. Basically, a lot of people are saying it's basically Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. And then there was like some Sparking Zero DLC, which has probably been needed for some time because a lot of us have been waiting for some offline content to come to Sparking Zero. And they've also announced a new Dragon Ball movie, but I think it's a remake of Battle of Gods. So, but I think it's from Beerus's perspective, I think. And then obviously they are now doing a new arc for Dragon Ball Super as well, which is the Galactic Control, like the Moro arc. So yeah, if you guys have read the manga, you probably know. But yeah, I haven't read the manga and I've been waiting for that series for some time. So yeah.
Yeah, no, big deal. A lot of announcements, man. I'm sure you're pumped.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Sparking Zero DLC too, right? Or
yeah.
Yeah, no, that I haven't played that in a minute, but I might re-download it and check it out. Be like, why not? You know?
Yeah.
I love Dragon Ball Z. I just haven't been into it as much lately. I fell into Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and Fallout a bit more again. So I'll be back. How about you guys?
I don't have any interest in Dragon Ball, so I can't really give much to say about it.
Fine.
But I'm happy for fans. I'll say that.
I'll check it out. I like Dragon Ball. It looks promising. It looks like a fun. I didn't jump out of my chair out of excitement like other people did when it comes to Dragon Ball announcements, but yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. No. So
should be cool.
I think it's that. I'm sure there was some other things, but because it was so late, I couldn't really like stay up and watch everything. So I just bought the stuff that I needed to. So yeah, but there's definitely going to be more. I feel like, yeah, so if anybody hasn't seen the stream, you can just go to I think it's either on Bandai Namco or something. One of those, it should be, the live stream should be still up there anyway, so you'll be able to see, and plus they're dropping like little short videos now, all the trailers and stuff like that. So I think, yeah, I think with the Sparking Zero DLC, it's like new characters, new stages. We've got a new mode, which they added yesterday. So yeah, so like the game's now finally getting the content that we need, because that's what a lot of players have been complaining about is the content. Online wise it's fine, and as a fighting game it's fine. But like I feel like on the offline content we just need more out of the Bandai Namco.
Oh, I feel that. That's cool. I'd love to see Dragon Ball getting so much love, man. It really has come back to like life full force. It's like one of the top animes, mangas. Like, it's awesome. But what else you guys got? You got some more news, Joe?
Let me see. Do I have anything?
Any superhero news?
Let me check my bullet points if I got anything else.
In the meantime, what did you guys think of the Daredevil trailer?
I thought it was really good. We get to see. I mean, obviously, we already knew she was coming back, but it was nice to see Jessica again in the trailer. Yeah. The live action movie sucked. Oh, for Dragon Ball. I bet.
Yeah. Oh, for Dragon Ball, 100%. Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of how it goes.
I wonder when we'll ever get like an actual live action Dragon Ball show or movie. It'd be like, that would be ridiculous.
The Daredevil season 2 looks really good. I think from what I've seen from the trailers that I think season 2 is gonna amp it up a bit more. I mean, a lot of scenes of Fisk, and that's always a plus because I think he genuinely steals the show every time he's on screen. So he's going to be a really good villain this season, or the next season, but looks really good.
He's been great. I love him as Wilson Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
Go back in the mix, too. That should be good. And then if he's like, these $1 billion deals or whatever, like, all big. Yeah, I'm interested. I can't wait to see. I wonder how much more Punisher will be in it.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be in this season because the timeline of things. But I mean, he might appear at some point. Maybe I don't know. I heard he wasn't in it because I heard that it's all lining up with Spider-Man at the same time. So I think that would make sense. I heard that he was. I heard that Daredevil goes to the place where he's supposed to be, but I don't think that we'll see him. Because they're all in that prison, but I think the fact that he escaped that prison is gonna make it make more sense. Like, because there was something about an interview with the guy that played Kate Bishop's stepfather, who was in season 1 of Born Again. He was teasing all the action and stuff, and the fact that he was gonna be involved in the action, like this season. Ken's got a point about it ramping up. It looks like they're really going to go all in with the heroes taking out the task force. So I think that's going to be really interesting. I like the idea of Fisk kind of boxing, kind of getting his skills a little sharper to get ready for what's inevitably coming, which is that Daredevil will probably be coming for him. And in season 1, you saw him. You saw mostly Fisk and Daredevil kind of be on similar terms with each other. They weren't against each other. So I'm really interested to see what it's like to see them back. Now that this is a war, it's going to be interesting to see them against each other, at each other's throats again. We didn't get that a lot in season 1. So
we definitely didn't.
But it's great to see. It's great to see Jessica back. Bullseye looks like he's going to be incredible this season. I like the music the music in the trailer. The music looks good. It's great. It just looks like it's gonna be the superior season. It looks like it's gonna be very much upped. I think when you look back at the season 1 trailer, and the season 1 trailers were pretty good. I think this definitely is a really good teaser trailer, and the fact that we're so close to the release, this may very well be the only trailer we get, considering we're so close to the release of the show, literally being 2 months away. Unless they put something else out later, but from what it looks like, they also released a poster as well, which I thought was pretty cool. The poster was just Daredevil in his new black suit out in the rain or something, which looked cool. It was cool. It looked awesome. I mean, I'm excited. Everyone knows I've been excited about this show, and also another thing I think is really cool is that this show is the first Disney Plus show to have a really good turnaround time, because we only had season 1 like last year, and now we're getting it as early as March.
That's a good point.
No other shows for the Marvel side of things have gotten second seasons. Like WandaVision didn't get a second season, Moon Knight didn't get a second season, Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't get a second season, but Daredevil's getting a second season. So that's kind of cool. The fact that they are actually committing to, we want one season for each of these shows to come out every year if we can help, like we can get to a consistent schedule.
Right.
And I think that might change even more. As I was telling Chris earlier, it looks like they're already planning on getting Bob Iger to follow Kathleen Kennedy's exit out, because it looks like they're looking for a Bob Iger replacement right now. So, like in the coming weeks, we could be hearing about potential candidates, and Disney's whole ownership is about to change. The hierarchy of the Disney universe is about to change.
Hey, I'd like to see some change in that department for sure.
New rebrand.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, obviously Punisher is not going to be in the second season of Daredevil because of the whole, Spider-Man movie coming. But I think with Jessica Jones coming in, I think, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we get Luke Cage and Iron Fist in the second season too. Either have them show up in cameos or like name drop at least, because I think they're coming soon. I think they're really going to try to bring back the Defenders as a superhero group.
I think they're hiding them. I think that's why this could be the only trailer, is because I don't think they want to show more than this to the audience. And so I think this is going to be their, hey, this is how we get people excited about it, but we have a lot more surprises for people to actually watch the season. Like I think they want to present like, hey, this is Daredevil taking on the task force, and we got Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones is in here as the hype piece. She's in here as like, hey guys, look who's back, right? We got Jessica Jones. And so they're going to build around that. But then there'll be other surprises that they don't reveal to the public in the actual season. So, because there's a couple other things in there that I heard about from the filming that they didn't reveal in this trailer, like that there's going to be a new White Tiger suited up this season.
That's right, because of the girl. That's right.
Yep.
I forgot. Yeah, the niece. Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited for that. Yeah, and it's all coming back now.
And apparently, according to the action stuff, it looks like the action gets serious enough that all the main heroes in this story all get involved in the action. Because there was something where I saw even Karen was wearing some sort of beginning vigilante costume to protect her identity. And there's not been any footage of it other than like the set photos. But when I saw it, I was like, why does Karen need a mask? And then I was like, well, I guess if she's fighting in the task force, I guess it makes sense. And there's like those pictures from the earlier in the season that the trailer kind of hints at, which is that Matt and Karen are kind of doing the Black Widow and Steve Rogers thing in Winter Soldier, where they're both kind of out in broad daylight, wearing like hats and hoodies, trying to hide out from the task force. I think that's interesting because I don't necessarily know that the task force would know that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, unless Fisk is gonna literally tell everybody in his employ that it is Daredevil. But we knew that he was gonna be on the run this season. I just didn't know to what degree they're gonna do it, unless there's a big twist where he comes out and tells everybody, like if this season. So I'll say this: I do have a little bit of a scoop for you guys. The ending of this season is going to be very interesting because I heard, and I don't know if we'll see him, but I heard the reason that we might not see Daredevil in Spider-Man is because we might, to a degree, hear about Daredevil but not physically see him. Because I heard that some point during this season, if what the rumors I've heard are true, there's a possibility that at the end of season 2, Daredevil himself may go to prison. I have heard rumors about Daredevil being in prison.
Huh.
And there's a bigger rumor because in the third, they are getting ready to film the third season, and Daredevil is sporting a longer. Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, is sporting a longer beard than he normally does as like Matt Murdock, and it's like really long. And there's only really 2 reasons for why you would do that. So I kind of think they might do something with that. So we'll have to see. But it looks interesting, and I can't wait. Like I just think it was great. We've been hearing about this trailer for months now. We knew they dropped it at not San Diego, at New York Comic Con, and now we got a full quality version of it, so we can actually hear all the audio and see all the characters. And it's great. I can't wait. March 24th is the premiere date, and I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Anybody else got any last minute thoughts on the Daredevil trailer?
I'm pumped for it. I think it'd be awesome to finally get season 2 where it's not like season 1 where it was kind of a little messy in its like production, right? Like they didn't have So I mean, I'm looking forward to actually getting a full like shot at Disney making Daredevil again. I also feel like, how do they not go with the Defenders in general? Because here's a series, sure, like maybe Iron Fist didn't do great, maybe the Defenders didn't do great, right? But like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones both did good as shows. Like, how do you not want to take those characters that are going to do well if you do them right and not apply them to Disney when Disney Plus is like you said, Joe, like one season of Falcon and Winter Soldier, like one season of WandaVision, one season of, you know what I mean? Like they're not really continuing anything. And I think it's partially because nothing's been a real hit, you know, like, so if they had something, Daredevil is, right? I mean, regardless of its production, like messiness, it, like still ended up being a good show, and it's still Daredevil. Everyone loves Daredevil. We want more of it. Right. So like, I see them very much wanting to do something with Defenders, and I hope they do something with Defenders.
Well, there's been some more talks about like some of these spinoffs with these characters opening up more. Like I heard talks that a lot of people, the executives that saw this season of Daredevil, like already watched cuts of it and stuff, that they said that they're already pushing for some sort of revival for Jessica Jones continuing in a story. And and I don't know if that's going to come in like the form of a Punisher special, like they're doing with the Punisher special, where it's like a 40-minute mini movie, or if it's like we're just going to go and do what we did with Daredevil and make a new season of the show.
Right.
And continue from what was left off.
I think they'll redo everything because it's Disney.
Yeah.
they'll put like a subtitle on all these shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a new Jessica Jones show. I think the first 2 seasons were really good. And then when they knew they were canceled, they fumbled it so bad because they're like, well, it doesn't matter. We're Netflix. We're canceling it. Disney's taking our rights, so we're just going to make it terrible. And that was the energy I noticed that was happening. Where at least with Daredevil Season 3, even though we didn't know they were going to get canceled right away. So they literally actually tried to make a really good potential 3rd season instead of a final season, and then it turned into a final season because of all the stupid cancellations. And I think the same with Iron Fist. I think Iron Fist Season 2, while people say crap on the show all the time, and I do think it had some issues, I do think the 2nd season was far superior to the 1st season. I think they still needed to fix the character that plays Iron Fist. I think there's still a lot of ways they needed to fix him.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's why I think if we actually get Iron Fist as a return in Daredevil Season 2, or eventually, like you said, because since Daredevil Born Again is, a continuation of the Netflix TV show, so I don't see why they couldn't. It wouldn't be a reboot essentially, but it would just they just rewrite him better. And and also the other 2 characters as well, because I think I would love to have a proper Iron Fist TV show. I think that would be cool.
It'd be cool if they tried it again. If they actually went for it. If he gained enough popularity to actually say, let's do another Iron Fist show,
right?
But under Disney this time, I think it'd be really interesting. If they
I do think first though, before he gets his own show, I think we just need a proper reintroduction of him essentially in Daredevil first before he gets his own show.
I was thinking of a scenario where, because the whole point was in Season 1 that Daredevil was saying that he needed an army to deal with Fisk's like soldiers. Mm-hmm. I love an idea of Daredevil gets cocky with the least amount of troops he has and is in deep shit. Like is just getting destroyed by these task force guys. Just beating on him. And then a scenario where like you see that happen, and then maybe you see like an inch of like a glowing fist, or like something happens, and then just we have Iron Fist come and save him, or like even like having like Iron Fist and Luke Cage coming and saving him, since they have the whole Heroes for Hire thing. Like, I think that'd be cool. Just like, oh man, he's getting his shit rocked right now. Things are looking really bad for Daredevil, and then oh man, his boys are here to save him. I kind of like that. I kind of like that angle of like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think we're gonna get the Defenders back. I think they're too popular of characters not to bring them back. And if the actors are willing, which it seems like they are, then yeah, bring them back.
I think they're just so focused right now on getting X-Men right.
Yeah,
which is great,
absolutely.
right?
Make sure that's right, because they got.
I think it's on the burner, right? The back burner, right? But like, I think X-Men, Doomsday, Secret Wars, like this is the number one priority right now, and it should be, right? So the only other thing that seems to be getting any kind of real focus is Spider-Man. Like, what else is even coming out movie-wise for Marvel besides those?
It's really Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think it's just
Doomsday.
those
and we don't know what's after Doomsday
those
besides Secret Wars, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, it seems like that's just like main focus. Even when it comes to Marvel Rivals, it's like, oh, let's get the X-Men in the game, like because there's a giant X-Men push right now in Marvel, which hell yeah,
Yeah.
You know? Finally, this is what people wanted so long ago.
I mean, like I said before, is that I think X-Men's really the heart of Marvel as a whole.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Stop adding mutants to my Marvel Rivals game. It's like, that makes no sense.
Stop adding Marvel characters in my Marvel game.
Yeah,
It's like, oh my god. Literally, they want to be Wanda and be like, no more mutants. Like, okay.
Is that why they put her in the game?
Wanda?
Just in case.
It depends if they want, I think it's been retconned for a while that Wanda's like no longer a mutant, but she still has ties to the X-Men, of course, because Magneto, but it's a whole mess. Retrolat says Nintendo Direct next week leaked, and PlayStation State of Play February 12th, most likely showing the Wolverine again. I hope we get more content for the Wolverine game, because I think the first trailer was good, but it was definitely more of a cinematic trailer, which is cool, but I'm hoping we get more of a gameplay focused.
Yeah, they need to start ramping that up a little bit more for sure.
I want to see some other games too. Like Pragmata, Capcom's new like third-person shooter.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Dude, that looks amazing. I'm pretty sure that's a PlayStation title as well. Yeah, and maybe I don't know. I don't think we will get more Resident Evil 9 because it's so soon.
Nah, it's so soon now. We basically got just under a month now until that Resident.
When is Resident Evil 9? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think it's the 25th of Feb. Let me just double check.
Okay, I thought it was a bit sooner, but I don't know. There's. I wonder what else they might show off. I can't think of any other. The thing that would really blow my mind, that I want more than anything else, the 27th, is just like either a crossover between Spyro and Crash or a Spyro 4. Like, I just want that so bad. Even though that might not be a PlayStation thing, because they put them on both consoles at this point, right? And all the consoles, but so like, this is most likely like exclusive PlayStation games, like Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote. There might be a DLC for that. I could see that.
This is going to be stats for gaming. There's more than a few games coming out, so which should be good.
Do you guys want to get into Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sure.
It's not happening. No,
it says Retrolet said Spyro 4 is happening. It got leaked.
I can't read. I'm all out of it today. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I shoveled too much snow, I think.
I see. It's all the white snow in your eyes.
Oh my god.
Jedi 3 might be the summer. Yeah, probably. What is it?
Yeah, I'm expecting if it's gonna get released on like May 4th, then if the trailer's gonna get released on May 4th, then I'm expecting the summer.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It'd be cool, man. They got to put something out.
More Cal Kestis.
I just got home, so I got to be right back, guys. But why don't you start up on Masters of the Universe, which I know nothing about anyways. So,
sure.
Besides just a trailer reaction, let's get like a little bit of how you felt about like the last entries of He-Man, like what they've been doing with it, and your hopes of this compared to those and stuff too. You know.
Yeah.
So, I'll be right back.
I would like to go first if that's all right with you
Go
guys
ahead.
about He-Man. All
Yeah,
right,
go ahead.
so
Yeah,
I've
go for it.
I've watched the original He-Man show when I was little on Netflix with my dad, and then I also watched the original She-Ra, and then I watched the DreamWorks version of She-Ra, and then I watched the Kevin Smith adaptations of He-Man, and to be honest, I like them all. I feel like He-Man has been going strong, truly. I mean, they're never, it's not perfect, but, I think they're still very good adaptations, but I do think it's kind of hard for, like, He-Man will always be a very popular 80s IP, of course, but I think it's, like, hard for it to really get super, or at least with these latest adaptations of He-Man specifically, it's very hard to, like, get the ball rolling of, like, really bringing him back to, like, the mainstream, to the general audience. So I think this movie will do that. And I think this movie, honestly, is probably going to be pretty good. I don't think it's going to be bad. I don't think it's going to be amazing, but I think it will be fun. I will say the trailer, it's kind of, at first it reminded me of the Minecraft movie, but that, I don't think that's a negative thing, because I enjoyed that movie, and I think obviously this movie will have a more serious tone than that movie did, since they're about very different IPs. I mean, I liked the guy who's playing He-Man. I think he does look like Adam. And even though Jared Leto's playing Skeletor, I think this may be the one movie he doesn't kill the franchise. I think, because you can't see his face. I saw this comment. I just like, you can't
I've
see
seen
Jared
people.
Leto's face.
You know what's funny
he won't
about
kill
that?
It.
You know what's funny about that? Even though I don't like the guy, and I see him still creating content. Nerdrotic, Gary, and then I think it was even Critical Drinker. They started something on YouTube last week when the trailer came out. You would think they'd instantly be putting hatred on it, which, because they'll put their piece on it.
Yeah, they always do. Yeah.
But they literally but they literally put the it is annoying, Chris, a little bit.
I'm sorry. His name is He-Man. Pronoun is in his name. He's He-Man.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, he has he/him pronouns. You have he/him pronouns. It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. But so what I was saying was so he was saying, like, on his thumbnail for the video said Jared Leto redemption arc ? And I thought that was funny that even though I don't like the guy, I will admit that I think that was a pretty big W. Just like, yeah, I guess people are talking like they think this could be something for his career if we don't see his face.
Right. If he can play a really good Skeletor, he might do, it might be his saving grace.
Maybe his future is just voiceover work. Maybe we just don't want to look
honestly,
at Jared Leto
I
anymore.
wouldn't hate that. Maybe he does need to do that a little more often. That might work for him, or especially since he's like more, he's in the band 30 Seconds to Mars. I think if you're hearing his voice, it's not the same as seeing his face.
Yeah, like he's got a creepy kind of voice in general. So like I could see him like getting more of those creepier villain roles, like for voiceover work, because he does kind of like have that, like some of the characters he's played in the past, before he went through his crazy Morbius phase.
I mean, you can say what you want about his version of the Joker. It's not the best, I know, but I think it's a good kind of background information to have going into how his Skeletor is going to play out. Because I think what he was trying to do with the Joker will translate better to what he'll be doing as Skeletor.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't borrow too much elements from what he did with Joker. Since
I don't think so at all, because again, they're very two different characters, but I'm just going in the sense of him playing villains, essentially. Yeah,
if that was our taste of him being the villain, I still wish, and this is a topic for another time, I still wish that he was the actual villain of the Tron Ares movie versus being the protagonist.
Being the hero.
Because I think it would have been a better story then if he was actually the villain. But I mean, overall, I think like the He-Man stuff, as someone who grew up with the He-Man, I had the old school He-Man. I had the He-Man 2003 Masters of the Universe cartoon.
Yeah, same.
I watched She-Ra. I had like Kenna says, what was it? The He-Man was
the
it
Kevin Smith He-Man.
Yeah, the Kevin Smith He-Man. I actually enjoyed that one. I thought it was good.
I thought it was. I would love for She-Ra to pop up in the movie, this live-action movie.
Maybe
I feel like she deserves the live-action.
She might.
She-Ra.
That might be cool.
It would be cool. Maybe it would be the end credit scene to set up like a sequel, depending on how good this movie does.
One thing that they could do that because considering one thing I noticed about this one was we do know that this one is made by the guy that did Bumblebee, Travis Knight, and it's got those vibes of like making that 80s kind of feeling accurate. Like I like a lot of the action scenes like in the trailer of like He-Man swinging the sword, and the actor trained for a long time to do that, which is cool. But I also like seeing the battle at the end between him and Skeletor. They're doing all the stuff right with like his level of magic, and there's only a glimpse of it, but there's a good shot in there where you see Teela and Evil Lyn, and Evil Lyn looks fantastic, and Snake Mountain in general looks fantastic. Like the locations, the design, it all looks really good, and it brings me back to my childhood for sure. I had a Castle Grayskull when I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching the trailer, I was kind of losing it a little bit. My big question is, there's a lot of characters in the He-Man mythos that I feel like are missing from this trailer. So I hope that some of them are just being saved for the movie that we don't get looks at. Like I caught that on the villain side. We know about Evil Lyn. We also know about Skeletor. We know about Trapjaw. I caught Trapjaw in the trailer. It's a blink and you miss it thing. There's a scene where in the modern day world, there's some cars getting wrecked, and you can see that it's Beastman tearing that up. So we're going to have Beastman. We're going to have Trapjaw. We're going to have Evil Lyn. I want to know if are we going to get Merman? Are we going to get Whiplash? Are we going to get, what is his name? Triclops, the guy that's kind of like sci-fi.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like everybody's going to have, I mean, is it good to put everybody in the first one now or wait for like if this film does well, then hopefully.
I mean, I feel like if they're doing this movie and if they only get one shot, like say, because sequels aren't guaranteed, right? So if you make the first movie, especially when you know making this for He-Man fans, which is your demographic, I think you'd want to have a good amount of rogues gallery and as well as your heroes. Like we got Teela in here, we got Man-at-Arms in here. I mean, I'm sure they'll have the Wizard in here. They're just not showing him. We know they have what's her name? The guardian of Grayskull.
Her name is like she's like that white bird. Oh, what's her name?
She's gonna be played
it's been
by
so long.
She's gonna be played by Deadpool's girlfriend in this movie.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me about this.
So I think that's pretty cool. And I will say, I know it's gonna be one of the most talking points of the thing. After looking at it a couple times, looking at the trailer a couple times, I'm down for the Idris Elba Man-at-Arms. I think it looks good. I think he looks. I
think that's gonna be awesome. Chris, what do you think about the He-Man trailer yourself?
Yeah, I think it looks good from what I saw. Obviously, like Joe as well. I've seen the 80s film. I've seen the cartoons, the old cartoons, and I saw the latest cartoon, which is obviously the early 2000s. So like, yeah, He-Man. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I'm definitely like interested in that like whole series and stuff like that, to see how it goes. And when I first heard about the movie being made, I thought it was going to be animated or animation, some type of animation. Which I thought, okay, that's cool. And then when I heard live action, I said, okay, how is this going to go? Because like I know live action these days, like it's not always the best. Sometimes it's better to just get a good bunch of voice actors and do some animated stuff. But from what I saw from the trailer, it pretty much captured everything about He-Man and what he needs to do. So obviously, hopefully when the full film comes out, we can have a good judgment and see where they're willing to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I would really love for this movie to be is like I think it would be cool if they make it like if they were to make it in the 80s. Like it's a modern movie, but it feels like an 80s thing.
I think it should be. I think it should be because of the fact that they're literally doing that type of IP. We should stop making everything always modern, and we can make things. But the only problem with that is that they already showed that they're going to have future technology in it. Like you can see Apple Watches in it. unless they go back and say something like,
well, I mean,
maybe
like,
it's like-
obviously, the plot is that Adam is stuck in the real world, and the real world can be our world now, but when he goes back to his home world, that's where it gets more 80s feel.
Yeah, but I noticed that we had like, so you're saying when we go back to Eternia, that's when it feels 80s?
Yes.
Okay, that would make sense. Because I just noticed that like obviously there's technology that's very advanced in the He-Man world, but I also noticed that there's a couple scenes in the trailer where in the modern world they have like Apple Watches and like a bunch of crazy technology. I don't mind crazy technology in the real world because it makes sense. But if we're going to be set in the 80s, even in the modern world, that's going to be a little weird. So it just depends. But I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think it will be fine. I just in general, like, I like that idea of the 80s vibe. I think the 80s vibe needs to shine true. I think even a lot of people don't talk about this. You go back to the old movie they did, the whole thing with the live action He-Man movies. This has been something that, even though this is like the third or fourth director to pick this project up, we were supposed to get a live action He-Man movie back in 2009.
Yeah, it's always been like a work. Like,
yeah, they were talking about one for a long time, and I think this is obviously different than the one they were making. But I think people have wanted a He-Man movie for a long time. They've been trying to make it happen. I think one of the biggest situations with that is the fact that I know the old movie with Dolph Lundgren is actually pretty decent for what it is, but it's definitely not that super accurate to everything. So
it's kind of like dated as well.
Yeah, so it'll be nice to see a much more accurate take, and I think it will be cool that I think what's kind of wild is, even though it is a lot of technology, you look at Skeletor in that movie and you look at Skeletor in the trailers for this movie, he looks way better in the modern made movie.
Yeah, in the modern,
So I think that's good to hear. But yeah, overall, I think. Oh, you want to say something?
Oh, no, it's okay. You can finish what you said.
Yeah, but I just overall feel like I think this is going to be. I got a lot of confidence because you have Travis Knight attached to it. It looks promising. So yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
I was just gonna say one last thing. Is like back to what Chris was saying earlier. Is like I think an animated He-Man movie would be cool, and I think what's so great about He-Man is like I think honestly we can have both in the future. We can have this live action movie, and we can do more animated stuff as well.
Yeah,
He-Man is a very, it's an IP that you can do a lot of variety with, no matter what. So I think it would be cool that we have more kind of different mediums. And like earlier, I want to get back to the chat for Retro because he was saying some things earlier. It's like, apparently we're gonna get a He-Man beat 'em up game soon. So like even after that, we could get even other more He-Man games, or a She-Ra game would be cool.
That's cool.
Okay.
And yeah, I also want to say.
I have to dive in.
Yeah. Retro says you guys need to play Dispatch, and He-Man looks amazing. Yeah, He-Man looks good, and I know Dispatch is very popular right now.
Yeah, Dispatch.
It was a popular game when it was coming out, and apparently it's getting a adaptation, like a TV show.
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I think I saw
live
something
action,
like that.
like James Gunn might be attached.
Interesting. Right? Yeah, right. Personally, I would rather wait for maybe Dispatch 2 as a game, because I do think Dispatch is a really good game, but there are some flaws in it that personally makes me not want to play the first game, and hopefully the second game will be an improvement.
I want to know where the James Gunn thing came from when people are saying that he was going to make it. Because how are you the Lord of the DCU, and you have time to come over and make an opposite IP game?
Dispatch is very independent, and it's not like a Marvel thing or a DC thing.
I know.
And you know what would be cool is that it could become a DC thing in the future. It could be, or underneath the DC name. I don't know.
Do you think the company would ever want that to happen? Do you think they could ever?
I don't know. Probably not right away, but it could happen later on in the future. I think right now it's good that it's its own independent thing. But it definitely could get the funding from DC if it truly wanted it. So to make more stuff.
Yeah. If that's why he's doing it, then I guess that'd be fine. Yeah, we are nearly 50 episodes, Chris. That's true.
No, again, I think Dispatch is really good. I really like. I think Robert's a good character. It's played by what's his name, Aaron Paul.
People love him.
And like there's a lot of good characters in that game, and it's a fun superhero, kind of like Telltale and strategist game as well. I just really hate Invisigal. That's really my.
Oh,
There's
Yeah, I
this
heard a
one
lot of people
character.
don't like her. A
I
lot of
hate
people do not like her.
Invisigal. I can't stand her. I'm sorry. She is such a turnoff for me.
I need to play this game.
You know?
Yeah, same. I need to play this as well.
Because okay, it's like a Telltale game where you make choices, and the choices that you make affect how the story goes out. My
Yeah.
biggest issue with how the game is programmed, despite it being a whole, you choose your own story, it so heavily wants you to go in one direction. And I don't like that. I think it's very biased in its storytelling, and that's why I'm hoping if they ever do a Dispatch 2, they approve upon that and really truly make it feel like a choice-free game. But besides that, I don't think it's a bad game. I think it definitely deserves its fans, and it's it's very well loved, and you can tell that the creators that made the game love it. It's just Investigal, I hate her. But everybody
Okay.
else is great, so yeah.
Actually, a game that just came out or is coming out, that Round Table King Arthur Knights of the Round Table management game kind of reminds me of Dispatch a little. Not really entirely at all, but just like the concept behind it. But I throw that out there. I don't know.
I think that High Guard is out. A new free game is
Oh, yeah,
out
High
called
Guard,
High Guard.
yeah.
Apparently, a lot of people were playing it. That it got shut down because so many people were playing it, and so they had to relax. But I think it's back up and running. Probably now.
Tell me more about it.
I heard people said it was mid.
I don't know much about it. I just
I was
saw
playing some yesterday and earlier this morning. So
what do you think about it? Is it fun?
It's okay. The thing is, it's like 3v3. Like, because you basically gotta raid other people's like bases and stuff like that. Set a bomb, obviously. Once then, and that's what you gotta do. But then obviously it's like I feel like the premise of the game feels good, but the problem is that I feel like the maps are a bit too big for just 3 versus 3 players. I feel like it needs to be at least like 6 to 8 players, and then that way it'll be 8. That's how you do it, 6 versus 6 or 8 versus 8 kind of thing. I feel like the maps are too big for it to be just alone a 3 versus 3 kind of thing, because there's points where it's stagnant, which I don't mind, because some games you don't have a chance to like prepare yourself and get your weapons and stuff like that. But that's what I don't mind about this. That's what I don't mind about High Guard. But then at the same time, it's that when you do get into action or when you're trying to travel and stuff, it's not bad because obviously you got like a mount, so that's cool. So you can still travel along the map and stuff. But at the same time, it's like I feel like all the space you have, it's definitely for like more people, you know.
And are you playing on console?
Yeah, I'm playing on console. Yeah, I try playing on PC, but it's just like.
Is it crossplay?
Yeah, it's crossplay. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I'm about to start downloading this game right now. I didn't even know this game existed a minute ago. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, obviously it was the last thing on the Game Awards last year, but obviously like everybody was like, oh, why did they show this kind of thing? Which I get, because like that shouldn't have been the last game that they showed, but overall I thought, let me just see what it's saying. And it's the makers of Apex and Titanfall, so developers from those come from EA have made this game basically. So yeah, right now I feel like it needs a bit more time before people start saying, oh, it's really bad and stuff like that, because there's not enough modes to it. There's only like one mode really that you just play. So
okay.
once they add some more modes, hopefully that's when things will start changing.
What is the mode exactly?
So it's like a 3 versus 3 siege mode. So you gotta like set a bomb. You gotta so you gotta set a bomb in the enemy base, and then just try and like they've gotta like stop you from doing that basically, you know.
Okay.
You know,
so kind of
the
like
powers. I do like the powers. I do like the ults as well. I think the ults and the powers are pretty cool stuff. And then obviously you get like a mount that like everyone has a different mount, like a horse or something, so you can just travel along and stuff. So
okay. I feel you.
Very, very interesting. Yeah, I kind of forgot that was a Game Awards thing, but I think that's what, again, like Chris said, it was not what people wanted to see as the last thing, because it didn't really have much hype as the other games that were announced. So people were
Right.
like, Virtual Lad said Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 is playable, and that should be released for the 30th anniversary next year. So many anniversaries, I feel like.
Yeah, for
yeah.
real, because it's that time, innit? Yeah, because it's been
Yeah.
years now. So
It's
They'll
been
always be doing it.
forever.
That'll be good though. That should be a
yeah.
really good game.
It's cool. I'm trying to think what
Final
else.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
do
mean,
you think about the He-Man, Luke? About the trailer?
I didn't even see it because
Yeah.
I know nothing. I've never seen He-Man before in my life.
You're lacking. You're
The only
throwing.
He-Man I know is the memes and the Robot Chicken sketches. That's it.
Hey. They should include. I do totally see them including that famous He-Man meme into the movie.
Yeah, I
don't
can see
why
that.
they
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't. I think they
Yeah.
totally are. Well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna jump into it at some point. I'll say that, but I just haven't done that yet. But having finished Yellow Jackets or being caught up with it, now I'm open to other things. So.
I mean, it would be a really long time for you to start rewatching the 80s He-Man, but you could check
How
out
long
the
is
Kevin
it?
Smith. I don't know. It's multiple seasons, 20 episodes, 28 episodes a season, because it was a long-running show.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
it's
He-Man was
nothing
that
wrong
He-Man
with
was that long.
starting more of a shorter end of, like, watching the
Yeah,
newer
I'll say go with
version.
like the cartoons or something. 'Cause I think the cartoons are a lot more fun.
I'm not
innit?
sure.
And then, obviously,
Belt Loop
rewatch.
Oh, sorry, I was
I'm
reading the comments.
Oh, okay. There's nothing wrong with starting with the original He-Man. I think you should totally see some episodes of that, but definitely don't push yourself from watching it from beginning to end, because you'll be there for a while. I will
But
say,
I have to watch it chronologically.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. Yeah, in order. Yeah,
I will say,
unfortunately.
I don't think even I've started from beginning to end. I definitely watched like thousands of episodes growing up, it feels like, but I don't think even I finish it.
Belt Loop 29 eats out. Two of my channel's comments haven't shown up. I don't know if the channels were blocked or shadow banned. If people don't want me here, I respect that and I will unsubscribe, but I would like to know.
I'm sorry, I have not seen any of your other comments besides this one. So
yeah, this is the first one I've seen too. If I had to guess, nobody here has blocked you. It might be a shadow ban situation depending on what the comments were or what. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think you just got something going on your channel, Joe. Like that we got to look into because like my comments don't show up on your channel. Wild One's comments don't show up. We got to figure it out. It's something.
Well, I know why Wild One's comments don't show up.
Okay.
Because Darkside banned them. So.
Retro Lad says, any more news on Netflix getting Warner Brothers and the Paramount drama? I don't think there has been any more news. I know that Paramount, the last thing, is very upset about it.
I think the deal was pretty much done, isn't it?
Yeah, the Paramount guy wants to like sue. It's really dumb.
I don't understand that, man. You've lost it, man. It's okay. Get over it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So.
Well, no, you weren't banned on purpose, Belt Loop, or anything like that.
Yeah,
so
I'll look
good.
into it, man. So yeah, don't think I don't think that whatever unsubscribing is. I know a fix, but you don't know me well enough for it. What do you mean by that?
Let's not worry about that right now.
True.
So we got one more trailer. We got the Darth Maul trailer. I know you're gonna go off, Joe. You're gonna go off like Darth Maul on these Swarm
Me too, man. Me too. We've been waiting for this one. So.
I'm just glad it looks good, man. I knew this project, like I didn't know what was gonna happen with the first I didn't know what was gonna happen with the first look from this, because I remember when it was announced, I was like, Sam Witwer was attached to it. They have good stuff going on with it. That makes me excited. Just the fact that the people that should be in charge of it are in charge of it, and the fact that it looks good makes me happy. Like, the story looks like, I think obviously all the trailers have looked good for things to a degree, but I feel like this one just something different about it. Like for me, I think the biggest thing that stands out for me is I was even on Battlefront with Luke the other night, and just we were talking about stuff and everything, and I really love the look. You have that great Clone Wars animation, but the other thing I really love is the fact that lightsabers in Star Wars at this point have been treated like baseball bats, and I love that in this trailer you're seeing Maul at his most ferocious, very brutal era, and it's really cool to see that he's out here just skinning clone troopers alive and just going crazy and just slicing them up, and they're staying dead. Battlefront 3 win. Yeah, I know. We all want it, man. We all want it. But no, so I really love this trailer. I love the vibe of the trailer. I love the fact we're getting more Maul in this era. And I'm very curious to see how this show turns out, because the trailer got me hooked.
I feel you, man. That got me. I jumped on Battlefront with you, man. Like, maybe I'll watch Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, you should watch Clone Wars.
Yeah, Luke, check it out, man. Honestly, it's still good.
You need it. So first, you need to watch.
I would say
movie.
after the, I feel like the first season is like kind of where it drags a little bit, but after that, second, third season almost.
So,
pretty much
do you guys watch it in that order? Like, every time I've tried to watch Clone Wars, maybe this is part of why I never got through it. I always try to watch it in the like actual order that you're supposed to watch
actual
it in.
order. Yeah, watching the actual order makes a lot more sense now.
I think you watch the movie. So there's 2 Clone Wars
The movie
movies,
does go first. I know that. Yeah.
Yes. Watch the movie and just watch the show from season 1 to season 7, and then because you'll be it's really before, if you want to do it chronologically. Watch the show and then rewatch the prequels and then watch the original and then watch the.
Maybe I will. I'll start with the Acolyte.
So watch the movie, because that is Ahsoka's first introduction into being a Padawan for Anakin, and that's where they save Jabba the Hutt's baby. That's the movie, and then obviously, you need to watch that so you understand what happens in the Mando and Grogu movie, because that baby's all grown up now.
Oh. Need to watch Clone Wars for Maul. Episode order, Google it. Yeah.
But just start watching Clone Wars, and then you can watch Rebels if you want. I even haven't really finished Rebels either. I should. Fake fan, I know.
No, I get it. Like, the things of Rebels, it's a bit more. It has like it. I wouldn't say it's rough around the edges, but it has a lot more fillers than it does the Clone Wars.
Yeah, Rebels is a different vibe than Clone Wars, but that doesn't mean it's bad.
No, it's still good. It's still good.
It's its own thing, which is, I think, is awesome, because I would rather Rebels be its own thing than a Clone Wars copycat. You know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, watch
How do you feel
Clone
about
Wars
the final season of Clone Wars? Because then they finally came back with that.
I remember.
That was good.
Season 7 came
final
out.
season was really good.
That was really good, because that's how they do Order 66, like, so good. I think they do it honestly better than they do in the movies about it, because we actually see, the clone troopers turning on the Jedi, and when you actually get invested in the Clone War, in the show between Ahsoka and Rex, and with with Obi-Wan and Anakin, it just like hits harder in season 7 than the movies.
Okay.
You should definitely check it out, Loop. It's a very good series.
Mm-hmm.
Start Star Wars glazing.
Yeah, Star Wars glazing.
Hear me out. The sequels are good.
Yeah.
We're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that today.
But
I feel like I'm getting electrocuted by Palpatine himself. Jesus.
Well, somehow he returned. So
somehow he returned in season 7 of Clone Wars. I'm just
nobody ever really dies.
Are the series animated? Yes, the Clone Wars and the Rebel series are animated, but they're still good. And so will the Darth Maul show will also be animated. I think animation is Star Wars' future as of right now.
100%. I've been saying that for a while. Like, anime is where it's at. Like, obviously we haven't got there hasn't been some of the best animated stuff out there, but there has been. It's been better than the live action.
Hey, as long as we're getting good Star Wars content, I don't care if it comes from video games, movies, TV shows, comic books, whatever it is, as long as we're getting good stuff, I'm gonna keep taking it. Like I will be one of the biggest defenders of Bad Batch for the end of days, because I think Bad Batch was in a time where Star Wars was very shaky, and even with 2 seasons of Mandalorian, I think Bad Batch is quite good for what it is. Like it has the Rebels problem where it has that filler situation, but I think Bad Batch is different, because what I like about Bad Batch is that it involves a smaller group of characters, and both Rebels and Clone Wars kind of are very heavy on like having a lot of main characters you follow, and I kind of like that Bad Batch is very kind of like, hey, we get cameos here and there, but we're fall in this small group, almost like Ninja Turtles, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool what they do with that. And I think
it looked cool. Really cool. It didn't look like it was going to be like better than Rebels or anything, but I like the idea behind it. You know.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're gonna really character develop these people. You know, like you really get attached to like that group, and like you don't even have to watch that, but if you do, when they make their live action appearance, I'm sure it's planned, right? Like or at least some of them, right? Like this is what Disney's doing, you know.
I mean, I thought we were gonna see live action Omega in Skeleton Crew because they had an actress that looked just like her, and we never did, which is surprising to me.
I also have something to confess.
What's that?
I never finished Bad Batch either. I watched like maybe some episodes of the first season.
You're such a phony.
I'm such a phone. I know.
No. Fake fan.
I think I need to go on through season 3 myself, because I think what bothered me about Bad Batches was because season 2's been season 2 was very rough for me, so I was just like, it took me a long while to be like, all right, now I'm gonna watch.
Season 2 had a lot of filler.
I think Bad Batch is a good show on its own, but I think it's one of those things where it's for a very specific kind of Star Wars fan. Again, with the whole I think there's different divisions of Star Wars fans, and I think I respect Bad Batch, but I just don't think it's something that. I think in the future I'll try to get back into it again, but it's not something for me personally as what I want for a Star Wars show or
that makes
any
sense.
media.
No, I'm
more of a Cal Kestis fan than I am a Star Wars fan. Okay,
I like it because I enjoy each of the characters, and I like their personalities and how they're utilized. I think the one thing with season the prison in season 3, it's pretty good. So I think one of the things that's really good about the show was the fact that you have all these characters, and then the fact that they were utilized in different ways, had different personalities. I like that. Even though one of the things I really enjoyed about Bad Batch that was different from Clone Wars is focused on so many different characters. Like there's a balance of. You get the clones, sometimes they get story arcs to themselves, and then sometimes you get the clones with Jedi generals like Obi-Wan and Anakin, which is awesome. But I like that Bad Batch was kind of remaining clones without having to focus on the Jedi. Like I kind of like that there's an episode where Cody got. Oh, go ahead, Luke.
No, finish your thought. It's okay.
But there was an episode, I think it was season 2, where they told what happened to Cody. After he actually Order 66, which like when he shot Obi-Wan, which was pretty cool. I thought it was a cool episode. I think you'll like it.
I was just gonna say.
What?
Oh no! It's like Bad Batch is cool in the way that I got it.
Okay.
Bad Batch is cool in the way that, like, I don't know, where, like, I get where people want Jedi in this new Starfighter movie, but I would be so cool with it just being about pilots, you know, and like that aspect of Star Wars. Like, I still want the Force and stuff like that, but I just don't want it to be the major part of the movie. Like, it would be cool to get like Bad Batch, you know what I mean? Like, you got your small cameos and stuff like that. And not that I've watched it, but like that's kind of what I would like to just see different aspects of the universe rather than always Jedi. You know?
Yeah, and I think the thing is about that with Starfighter on that situation, even though we're hearing there's Jedi in Starfighter, that doesn't mean that they're the main focus. Like, if you're calling a movie Starfighter, you could have other characters in the movie. Like, they say Jedi are in Starfighter. They didn't say Ryan Gosling is a Jedi. They didn't say all these other characters. Like, you know, they got Ryan Gosling could just be some punk pod racing, who knows, whatever, Starfighter driving smuggler, weird dude.
Yeah.
Like, he could be a nobody. But I'd be cool with that. Like, it just depends on what the story is. I was reading an article where he was talking about the importance of classic Star Wars storytelling, and then like lightsabers being important, and then everything, but also talking about like that he wanted to just make an original movie. So hopefully we get what he wanted.
I want like less lightsabers than Episode 7. You know what I mean? Like I want like that's just me though. I totally understand. Where some people are like, oh, if there isn't even Jedi or lightsabers in it, why am I gonna go see it?
Yeah, I know,
Also,
but that's the problem with the Star Wars fan base. Is like there's so many divisions, and it's like instead of coming together and be like, okay, this ain't for me, but this is for that type of fan.
Yeah, well,
a lot of them just take it so personally. You know,
some people just can't. So the thing with Star Wars is people need to decide what part, like either are into all of Star Wars, or if you're into different parts of Star Wars, then they just need to make something for each of those people that they get to kind of have their moment, right? So like we gave people that were really into Andor, we gave them their moment. Andor wasn't for me, but a lot of people really enjoyed it. I'm not jumping down those people's throats saying, "Oh, you like Andor? Ugh, don't talk to me. What are you talking about? Andor is not Star Wars, bricks and screws." Because there are people out there that are doing that.
Here's my take. My take is like I think you can pick your whatever side you're leaning more towards as a Star Wars fan, but I think you should always give a new project a shot. Like again, if you're not really there for Star Wars for the politics of it all, truly, you should still give Andor a shot though, because you might find something that you enjoy in it, or you liked it more than you thought. Same thing goes vice versa. If you're not really into the whole lightsaber battle stuff, and you're more of a pilot, or again an Andor, you know, the Rebellion, you should still watch the lightsaber whatever battle movie because you might enjoy it. You might find something that you like.
Still watch Episode 2 and 3. Flippy, flip.
I think it's fun to have Star Wars be in its own little subcategories when it comes to projects, but I do think there's going to be times where it's going to be, I mean, literally since the beginning, I felt like it's always been all three mushed together. The pilot, the Force, the Force / lightsaber, and like the politics of it all. And it's cool that we can like divide them, but I think at its heart, it's all three of those things mushed together, and that's what's so good about the original trilogy, even the prequels, and like the games as well. It has all three of those elements.
I think they had a good balance. I mean, it'd be great if they could go back to that, but if they were going to make individual things, I think that when you look at like individual projects, and you could still get things where you could have, like Starfighter could have no Jedi and would still be hopefully a good film for a lot of people. But I think, unfortunately, because of where we're at, I think they want to have Jedi in it because I think a lot of people
people are missing that aspect of Star Wars, and I totally get that.
Yeah, totally. You know, and they're eager for it again. You know, like I get that. Like that's where they're just so stuck on the Skywalker saga as if it were the MCU. And we're like, hey, what if we piece this happened here? Or
Star Wars like the MCU.
You know what I mean? Like,
I truly feel
it's like, but it's such a large span of time that you could cover instead of this little period of the Skywalker saga. You know what I mean? Like, you could do Old Republic, but I'm also scared for them to do that stuff if they don't do it. They'll destroy it.
Even to add to that, Luke. Even to add to that, it's like for me, it's like when you look back at the prequels, there was still that connection anyway. Like Star Wars is always going to be connected, but there are going to be some times where this story is just going to be for this particular category, and then it's not really gonna. It might connect a little bit to like maybe Episode 2 or Episode 4, but it's not going to be the full connection. It's just a piece of it, you know, which we don't mind because that's the whole point. That's the whole point of a spin-off. Like a spin-off is not always about connecting; it's about a different story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right. And it feels like grander scale that way, which it should, being the universe. You know what I mean?
And I feel like that's why the EU and Legends is respected a lot more than the Disney sequel trilogy and the era of what's going on right now, because there wasn't much, even though there was connection to like a lot of the stories, there wasn't a lot of connection as well, because there were other stories that focus on other things.
No, 100%.
I saw something about a horror Star Wars project. I don't know much merit or much truth about that, but I'm like, oh, finally. That's what I wanted about the Acolyte. I wanted a horror Star Wars.
That could be interesting. I think Star Wars could be like something.
That's another thing, too, is that I think they should go more into different subgenres, too.
Yeah,
just to mix it up.
Last time I heard about a horror project, I assume it was going to be something to do with the, I think it's called... Is it Dead Troopers?
Death Troopers.
Death Troopers.
Where it's like they're zombies. I would love that. I would love a zombie Star Wars movie or show.
Top of my head, I was thinking like bounty. Someone like Han Solo, like salvaging stuff or like trading and doing his roots, and like has to do something somewhere that's like this awful planet he's never been to before, and it's like a horror story.
That would also be fun, like more original. Yeah.
At
the end of the day, I think again they just need to. I think Star Wars just needs to do mix up of having shows that are for one specific side of the fandom, but then also having shows that are just for all of us, because we all like Star Wars. One way or another, we all like Star Wars, no matter what it initially
is hurting everyone. I think what they need to do is make more stuff that is going to be linear, where it does connect, but you can also watch it as an individual thing.
They just need to be good quality at the end of the day. I don't care what genre it is, what it's about.
There's too many close connections.
Yes,
it makes it feel like a smaller universe.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Too many people are running into people. Too many Jedis are living. Or just give us something that's like actually Vader killing off Jedi, and like Palpatine to the point, because like this is part of the war too. So like Palpatine starts having issues with Vader because he won't stop killing Jedi, and like literally Palpatine doesn't care about it. And then you can get into like the politics of like how cheap Palpatine was in creating the armor for the stormtroopers, and like that's why so many of them have like poor quality stuff. Like it would be kind of cool to get a deeper lore type movie like with Vader or something.
I've said this before, but I think that's like the issue with these new projects that they keep trying to make, is that they're trying to like, okay, where does this fit in the timeline? And that's why as much as it's a little scary to go into Star Wars after the sequels, because it's set in the future, I truly do think if we want actual better stories, we need to go more into the future of Star Wars, because then that's how we have more creative liberty. Because again, look at the Acolyte. It's set before the prequels, and I'm like, it doesn't, like, it's set before everything else, and I think that's what hurts it. One of the things that hurts the show is that it has to be a thing that has to be something that happens before everything else, and that's where it kind of gets messy. And kind of, I think that was
not that far before either, right?
Right, yeah, like, it's weird.
You know what I mean? Like really if we went way further before, I think that'd be fine too.
Yes, I think if we were gonna do more projects that are set in the past of Star Wars, it needs to go way back in the past, and that's how you do it. And I just think, I think even that was Mandalorian's downfall, to be honest. It was cool to see Luke again, because it's set 5 years after Return of the Jedi. But then we kept getting more Luke and more Boba Fett and more. And it's like, okay, is this the Mando show anymore? It's like,
I think, Mando had the right direction, and then it got oversaturated quickly because it was a hit. You know what I mean? It was like, here's Book of Boba Fett now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's tying, literally half of this show is half of Mandalorian. You know what I mean? Like, they were trying to grasp at whatever they could at this point. And that's why now we're at a point where literally the movie franchise is like Mando and Grogu are carrying it on their back. And we're going to see how this goes. Nobody really knows, right? So
I think the Maul show should. But I think the Maul show, I feel like it should get people hyped up for lightsaber fights and the main timeline of Star Wars again, just to say look, a lot of good things did happen back then, and despite how the sequel trilogy went, whatever. But
I
yeah, I
kinda
think the
like
Maul
the
show.
one-
What I think I like about it is that it's a lot more. It feels a lot more darker, and I feel like there's going to be aspects that they've not covered in the dark side aspects. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
cool now. Finally, this is something we can get that's actually dark side related more so, if anything. You know what I mean? And
That's what
why
I
not
Right.
use
think. More
more?
excited is like we're finally getting a project focused on a dark side character versus being misled to get dark side characters and then
getting
on
a
light side characters.
Jedi. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was the downfall of the Acolyte is that everyone was so excited because when they first started teasing that show, everyone
It's gonna
assumed
be a
that it
Sith
was
show.
that it was going to be a Sith show, and there was all these theories about it, and then it literally turned out being another way for them to throw shade on that the Jedi are actually terrible, and then literally
Which is like we already know. We already know that.
Exactly.
We already know that the Jedi Order was not the best. We know that.
They felt
Something else, please. Just something new. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got me wanting to watch Star Wars. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because guess what? The Clone Wars does perfectly that the Acolyte did not. Is because the Clone Wars already perfectly shows many times that the Jedi Order is not the best. Especially with a character like Ahsoka.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, even just the prequels in general, because I haven't really watched Clone Wars, and I already have a good understanding of that. You know what I mean? Like, so even if you're even gonna take the sequels into it, right?
Yeah.
Like, even Luke redoing it and like goes to kill Kylo Ren, like well, not really the way to do things, but like I don't. It's so hard to even consider the sequels real canon.
No, it's just stupid. Yeah, no, it's dumb. But I think like overall, like I agree with what Chris is saying. I think having a show focused on dark side characters is definitely something that we need more of. And I, for one, have always been, because they cover it in the books, and they did cover it a little bit in animation before. But I would really love a real focus on if this show is going to be Maul training this new apprentice.
Yeah,
I want to see proper dark side training, because dark side training has always been more interesting than Jedi training, because Jedi training is like, I'm going to belittle my student, and then we're going to like, let's see how good he is with the saber, and then that's like all it is. Where dark side, you break a person down emotionally and physically, and then hit them with lightning, and then choke them and just do like
kind of what we saw in Force Unleashed. You know what I mean? Darth Vader was breaking down Starkiller. Like that's the thing. Like the training of the Sith is like very it's very intense because they're focused on fear. That's the fear aspect of it. They say use that and aggression. You know what I mean? And the hatred. So
yeah. And so I want to see more of that. I want to see more of just the idea of like even Maul as a master. Maul doesn't follow Sidious's reign, but he still has Sidious's teachings. So will he still teach this new apprentice in the ways that he was taught, or will he adapt new ways, because he did try some new things with his brother as well? So I'm just excited.
Yeah, watch them turn Maul into a good guy, dude. How much?
No, they won't do that. They won't do that.
No, I don't think they. The thing is, they don't have the. I don't think they can't have the option to do that, because Rebels has already shown us his fate. And not only that, it's like even when you watch him in Rebels, like Maul wasn't like people thought like, oh, he's trying to. Him and Kanan are becoming like friends. Like, no, him and Kanan were like Maul knew his job. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was manipulating Kanan. No, not Kanan. No, Ezra to the dark side. That's what he was trying to do. Simple. That's just what it was.
Yeah. So this show is really just for like Maul fans that just want to see Maul do kick-ass stuff. As like, since when you see Maul in Rebels, he's old Master Maul, and he's very much he kills a few Inquisitors and he does a few things in Rebels, but like ultimately Rebels is his end, and this is set before that. And Clone Wars, one of my complaints with the final season of Clone Wars was they built out all these final arcs of episodes we had left, but they only brought Maul in after teasing him in season 5. They only brought him in for one big thing, which is they set him up to fight Ahsoka, and then he was a part of Order 66, and then that was really it. And it was like, and for me, that was kind of sad, because Maul became a staple of Clone Wars. Like, for my opinion, personally, I liked Clone Wars before Maul was in it, but I thought the Clone Wars got more interesting when Maul's arcs were happening.
Yeah.
Because I think that Maul's arcs were interesting and they were really cool. And anytime we got more of that. And I know Sam had bickered with Dave Filoni for a long time, just being like, you know, I want to do this with Maul. And then he's like, oh, and then Dave's like, well, you see, you can't do that because it's not a Maul show. And now he gets to do everything he wanted to do in a Maul show. And just the fact we're having a conversation about a Maul show is just amazing to me because I've been a Maul fan since day one. And like the fact that we're finally like getting something with Maul where he's the central focus, because he is in my like probably top 5 favorite characters of all time in Star Wars. And so getting to see him actually, I love all his books. Just I love that they've turned him into this this like animal, this character who was like the thing that makes Maul different from all the other people that have wielded red lightsabers as Sith Lords is that Maul was trained not to be an apprentice, not to be a part of Palpatine's grand plan, but he was trained at a time where Sidious was not allowed to have another apprentice. So he was brought in to be an assassin. And so his training is very different than what he got from what Palpatine did for Vader or even Dooku, because Sidious wanted someone that could sneak into these bases and just execute people. Like if you read Maul Lockdown, Shadowhunter, some of the other Maul novels, Maul is just in here as this animal, this beast that's just ready to. I always say he's kind of like if Wolverine went just pure villain arc and just wanted to shred up everybody. Like imagine the worst version of Wolverine and Marvel Rivals hunting you, and then imagine he has a lightsaber. Because that's Maul. Like he's literally just pure rage and anger and wanting to hunt you. And I think that's what a lot of this show is going to be, is just Maul hunting people and cutting them down. And they're not going to shy away from that, which if that's true, then hell yeah, because that's what I've been waiting for a long time. And if this Maul show is so good, it's going to make people want maybe a horror focused show like you guys talked about. Maybe you make like a horror focused show or a movie about Vader hunting Jedi and killing them all, right? Maybe you make something like that.
I would love that.
Yeah, I think that would.
I've been wanting that for years, you know. We're wanting that for years for like a
it could be a stepping stone to that. It could be like, oh, Maul's a really cool character. People are loving it. Brandon said.
Hello, Brandon. Welcome.
Do you think Marvel's Wonder Man show will be good since it drops tonight? I've heard good reviews, man.
Yeah, at first I thought it wasn't gonna be good because they're dropping it all the episodes at once, but it apparently has really good scores on Rotten Tomatoes. So
yeah,
maybe.
Do you guys have any final thoughts on Maul before we get into the next topic?
I think it will be good. That is my final thoughts of Maul.
Yeah, I'm just interested to see where it goes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Okay, so it's
let's go to the next
a little over 2 hours until it.
Oh, for Wonder Man?
2. Yes.
So let's see. It's almost 6 o'clock. What time does it drop then?
9 p.m. Eastern time. So for you, it'll be 8. For me, it's 9.
Gotta see how long the episodes are. I don't know if I want to stay up and watch this one, but I might get a few done.
You could always watch it tomorrow too. Because it'll be a while till
I'm binging the second it drops.
I know you will.
I was getting jazzed, man. I was almost like getting kind of. Well, I did kind of sleep pretty good today, so I might be okay. I was feeling pretty jazzed to get. Today will be my first return. I haven't done watch parties on my individual channel in a long time, but I had announced with all Marvel shows coming up and with the next Star Wars shows that I'm going to get back into full gear doing watch parties again. Because I'm sorry, as much as we enjoyed the shows, Welcome to Derry just wasn't watch party material. Stranger Things, Jake had that on lockdown, and I'm glad I didn't watch party for that. Because I would be sitting there banging my head against the table every time. So I had to come back to my roots and do Marvel and Star Wars again, because I've always done Marvels and Star Wars watch parties. and they've always been successful for me. Like,
yeah, what day is Maul?
April something. I think it's April 6th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Always.
Hope they make Maul the main character for Shadowlord, and he's not nerfed too much like Obi-Wan in his show. Yeah.
I think they learned their mistakes
yeah.
from that.
There'll be riots.
Yeah.
There'll be lightsabers in the streets.
You know what's crazy? People love Obi-Wan a lot, but I'm telling you guys, if they really did truly ruin Maul, I don't think you could. At that point, that'd be so much damage that's why I have a lot of confidence in this being good. If they mess up Maul, he's got way bigger popularity than like some of these other characters from the standpoint of like if you ruin him from being the glorious thing that he is.
Yeah, April 6th for Maul.
Like people like Obi-Wan and they like Yoda and they like all these other characters.
Yeah, but Maul. You know it is because Maul's been kind of like retconned. So that's the thing. Like, and a lot of people. I remember when he first came back in Clone Wars, a lot of people, even myself, I was kind of like, why though? But then as I saw more of him in different arcs and stuff, they kind of built upon the character a bit more because in The Phantom Menace, we only really saw the fighting aspect of him.
Yeah.
We didn't see him really talk and his mindset.
I'm not going to lie to you, Chris. I saw the backlash that people had when Maul was coming back. When I saw in season 3, and I'm not going to spoil it too much for Luke because Luke has to watch it on his own time. But when I got to a certain scene where it was revealed that he was going to come back, I did not even care, bro. I was like, Maul's back. That's all you need to tell me. And I thought that the whole tradition of the whole meme of George Lucas being like, George, I respect you, brother, but you killed one of your most probable characters. Because, like, one of the things that was sad about the sequel era is looking at Force Awakens marketing. I thought Kylo Ren was going to be like the next Maul. Because when I was a kid, during Phantom Menace, there was just, before Phantom Menace even came out, you have Taco Bell, you have toys, you have like, Maul's face was plastered on everything. And then they did a relaunch of toys. I think it was in like 2010 they relaunched it. And then they did because when they did the anniversary for Phantom Menace, they made a whole new artwork with Maul. And once again, his face is plastered on everything. And it's just crazy. You can't ruin this character because if you do, there isn't going to be no more Star Wars because he's going to the people with the lightsabers
it's just going to cause so much problems.
Be coming after you, man. It's going to be bad.
But so they have no option but to.
It'll the animation department, people will definitely like not be trusting as much. You know, I think people will still give like Grogu a shot just because like it's you know, but like it won't be good. It won't be good for sure.
Yeah, so they can't ruin it. They got to do it right. So what did Underground say? He said any cameos or name drops for the Maul show. Not sure about cameos because there's not a lot of characters that are alive in this.
They can do.
Name drops. Other Maul associates that are known from the lore so far that they haven't done yet. I noticed in the trailer I was laughing because this guy's such a fake dude. Dude, there was you know the Den of Nerds guy, right? I was watching his breakdown for the Maul trailer. He thought Rook Cast, one of Maul's Mandos, was Sabine. And I was like, oh, so anytime we see a female Mandalorian in Star Wars, we just immediately assume it's Sabine. Like, when Rook Cast is a whole part of Maul's entourage in the first place. Because I'm going to tell you this, Luke. When you watch Clone Wars, when you get to Season 5 of Clone Wars, Season 5 is probably one of your favorite seasons. Because once Maul's story kicks off, I was locked in, bro. Like, when you find out what Maul's doing, when they're not bringing Maul back to just be Sidious's lapdog. Maul comes back with vision. And they add Maul. One of the things that they change Maul from Phantom Menace to Maul in Clone Wars is Phantom Menace Maul is kind of like Snake Eyes. If Snake Eyes said, from G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes said words. Where Maul says those two couple lines in Phantom Menace and then starts kicking people's butts, right? In Clone Wars, Maul is he's not only a talker, he's intelligent. Like he has things to say that are very interesting. Like he's not just coming out here slicing dudes up. He doesn't just yell Kenobi like the memes 24/7. He does that, but with purpose. And then he also has plans. Like he has vision. He has an idea that's not accurate to Palpatine's idea. Like he doesn't just go, "Oh, I want to be a Sith Lord again and serve Palpatine again." Nope.
Yeah.
He has his own plans and his own ambitions and says, "Fuck
Right.
my own master. I'm doing my own thing." Like, and he's very kind of almost like
Sure.
the Penguin Sopranos Godfather-esque. Like, I hope this Maul show is what we should have got with the Boba show, because I wanted that Maul crime lord family project so bad, because
Right.
the idea of the Godfather with Maul had just always worked for me. Like, ever since they brought the idea of Maul's whole idea is he wants to have a criminal empire, and I think this show will, even though it's more focused on him than The Apprentice, I hope they still touch on the fact that he has his crime family, because they started in Clone Wars, and then he had it in and then they alluded to it in Solo a little bit, where they started the Empire up. So I'd love to see him at this point, if he still has them around, or if we see maybe even the beginning of them. Because he was establishing them, he had them in Clone Wars, and then they kind of went away, and then they came back. So, because Maul's arc is kind of interesting, where he starts one way and then goes a different direction.
So, I mean, there's got to be a lightsaber fight in this show.
There's several.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, come on.
And they've shown
So
him throwing
he's
sabers at
what Jedi
stormtroopers.
do you think are showing up?
Oh,
No, I mean, like,
that girl,
lightsaber be lightsaber, you know what I mean? Like,
that girl in the trailer, that other what are they called?
Oh yeah, the person
It's
that
that
they think
pink-
is Talon. Yeah.
Oh, Twilight. Yeah.
Twilight. Yeah, there's
Yeah, so
but
she's
not.
shown to be a Jedi.
Yeah, she's trying to be a Jedi, so I'm sure her and him will be fighting.
Yeah.
One last thing that I'll say
her.
about Darth Maul, not really related to his own show, but maybe hopefully he'll be like name dropped or mentioned, is like what I enjoyed watching Clone Wars when it came to Maul was when he was with his brother Savage Opress.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always just liked that guy. I just liked how he added more to Darth Maul.
Maybe
He
he'll
is-
talk about him.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he doesn't last long, obviously. But I'm just saying for the show, I want them to do what they couldn't do for Bo in Mandalorian, where they actually mention each other's siblings. So I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
so this is wild. This is going to be a wild guess right here, right?
Okay.
But like, what if Mace Windu shows up in this Maul show?
It'd be cool. It'd be cool.
That would be cool.
It'd be cool.
Right? Because like Mace Windu, everybody talks about how he could still be alive. You know what I mean? Like,
And this is
what
the
if-
way that they could do it. I think this is a perfect opportunity. Yeah.
If they
And that'd
brought
be a
in Mace
badass
Windu
fight.
here, it'd be cool. I'd love to see Maul and Mace throw down. I mean, if they actually pull that off, because we know there's going to be Inquisitors in this show hunting Maul. One of the Inquisitors actually says to Maul in the trailer, "The Emperor wants you dead," which was already set up in Clone Wars, but now it's like even worse, because now he really wants him dead. Now he really wants him dead. So it's like,
or you could get Mace in Grogu, even the Mando Grogu movie. Like
he'd be
Samuel
old
L.
as
Jackson. You're right, exactly, and it would be perfect because Samuel L. Jackson just has to be old, and he is way older than he was then. You know what I mean? Like they could just easily, and this is what Disney loves to do. I feel like is make these Star Wars characters show up live action. So
I just
like,
want them to make like a Logan or Lethal Weapon with Mace Windu. I'm too old for this shit. What you got me doing over here?
Could you
that would
imagine?
be great,
Bro, that'll be the first time he says motherfucker in the show.
that would be the Winter Soldier of Star Wars
Oh
movies.
my gosh. That'd
It'd
be
just be
hilarious.
so good, man. Just him being an old man, just like dealing with whatever's out there. Maybe some Tusken Raiders are trying to steal his crops or something back on his home planet, just trying to chill. And then he just starts whipping out his lightsaber and just starts cutting them down like John Wick, just like, because in that the guy that was going to take over. Oh, here's one we haven't talked about. Before Filoni got the reins to Lucasfilm as president, it was supposed to be the guy that made the old 2003 Clone Wars, the Samurai Jack guy.
Oh, the micro series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the micro series, that was the most badass we've ever seen Mace, where he literally didn't have his lightsaber.
Yeah, he was punching stuff.
He's like done just punching the crap out of all the droids. Like, oh my god!
I can barely remember that series, but I remember like.
I think I've got the first part on DVD still. I think that's
Dude,
still
the
good.
micro series would be.
It's on
cool,
Disney
man.
Plus. I know that.
Yeah.
The micro series was lit, man. It was crazy good. No, yeah, it was cool.
I think I'm about to go on a serious Star Wars binge, man.
Might be
Like
the
you
time,
guys,
man. Might be
2
time.
Finish
weeks
the
in a row, I'm
game.
talking so much Star Wars. I'm kind of like, you know. But yeah,
This
why don't
is
we
good
dive
stuff.
into the new shows
Yeah.
of the week?
Is it that time? Yeah.
I think so. We just got Night of the Seven Kingdoms and Fallout, I believe. Nothing else, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah.
I know you said you've been catching up on Fallout, right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm caught up. I'm fully caught up.
Oh, you're all,
Oh,
the way
yeah.
up, all the way up to
All right,
the
we
newest
talk
episode?
both.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. All the way up to the
All
next
right,
episode.
let's do Fallout first, I guess, and we'll
Okay.
save
Yeah.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms for the end of the episodes.
So this
That-
was episode 6 of Fallout, if I remember correctly, right? We were on 6.
Yep.
Okay, so episode 6. So this is the episode where we followed up the cliffhanger. So we had Lucy getting taken by her dad. And so that was really interesting. And this episode kind of felt to me very good episode. It had even Fallout normally has a retro vibe, but this one had a really big like retro vibe. Like the idea of like going back and forth between some of the stuff with the ghoul, and then I really like this episode. I like the story arcs. I enjoy each of the characters. I enjoyed the special surprise of a certain voice actor voicing a certain character that I thought was pretty kind of cool. That it actually happened. I was like, oh, that's really awesome. Then I told
You can
Ken
spoil,
about.
Joe.
Yeah,
We're talking
so-
spoilers. It's
Okay,
all good.
so,
We all seen it.
So the super mutant was played by Ron Perlman. So that's kind of dope.
Very cool.
I kind of liked that,
Okay.
and so I really liked it. I liked all the. I really liked how this episode dealt with. Everyone's kind of having trust issues in this episode. You're watching a lot of different people in the episode, kind of trying to decide who they can trust, who they can't trust, and I really liked that. I thought that was really, really good, and I liked a lot of the stuff going on with Lucy in this episode. I liked the stuff with really liked the storyline with what's his name? Maximus and what's his name? I can't think of the other guy.
Thaddeus.
Yeah, Thaddeus. Where their storyline started and where it ended, I thought was very interesting, and I really liked that. So yeah, I really liked this episode. I think it was really good. What do you guys got to say on Fallout?
Yeah, I liked it. I especially like the scene with, just the fact that Hank is willing to go back to the vault so willingly, and he's like, "Yeah, do your justice, do whatever you need to do." Like he's convinced he will convince her that what he is doing is right, and what's so funny about it is like the example right in front of her of all these people being like controlled and like how they were like murderers and everything else before. And like, even when given the chance to go back to freedom, they're just like, do we have to? Like, we kind of would rather stay here though, where people aren't all killing each other, like, it's just funny. Ironic, really. I enjoyed that whole aspect of the episode a lot. I was waiting for the whole Hank Lucy thing to finally go down, and I like the way it's like being done a lot. And I'm very curious as to what's that.
They handled it well. I thought it was good.
Yeah. I'm curious, like, how, like, they're really going to head back to the vault. Like, will they run into Norman or Norm, like, her brother and the son, like, of them, like, traveling around the wasteland because they're running out of water at that vault anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious how that'll all play out, if that'll even play out this season, or if they even actually go back to the vault. Something crazy could happen, and then that's going to stop that from happening. Like, I could see it going that way, too.
I'm thinking even for the vaults, like I'm thinking at some point, like they can't stay down there forever in their vaults because I feel like it's just like they're really closed off from the outside world. But the way I see it is like, yeah, but how much supplies and food and what, like the water system's already broken, so there's an issue with that, and that's very important. So like,
I love the part with the vault tech employee, like back in time with Howard Cooper's wife. I can't remember her name. And like one of the guys is like, our water chips have a 30% fail rate, And they're like, well, that's not great. And he's like, yeah, but we already used, we're making sure we're using all the ones that work. And it's just like, because like if you play the Fallout games, that's one of the major issues that happens in like every single game is like, yeah, we have a water chip issue at this vault. We have to fix it. Like, I love that the show does that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what happens. I love to see the super mutant in action. That'll be cool.
Yeah,
like Ghoul and
definitely.
super mutant side by side.
Yeah, we got the whole penultimate episode coming out this week, so that's going to be really interesting to see how all this comes together now.
Yeah,
sure.
There's only 2 episodes left. That's kind of wild.
What do you think, Kenna?
I really like this episode. I know that the super mutant was a good cameo, but to me, what really got me more into it was more of the fact that we got to see the flashbacks of Cooper, finally confronting his wife about the bomb, and then he drugged Hank, and then they're playing with that gun, that like injector or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And also, I can't wait for the next episode where it's Chet and he's supposedly getting married. Because everyone's like, hey, congrats on the engagement. And he's like, what are you talking about?
I forgot about that.
And it's on the board. And then I'm like, oh, poor Chet. Poor Chet. He has to raise a baby that's not his. It's named after him and his grandfather. He's getting married without knowing. Oh, poor Chet. Poor Chet.
They're just putting him through the ringer, man. He's in.
Yeah, I love Lucy, and I love seeing Lucy and the Ghoul and Maximus all together. But I really love when it cuts to the flashbacks before the Ghoul becomes the Ghoul, and it's he's this actor who's turned into an activist of some kind, and he's trying to get down to the bottom of it. And I just like how real. Despite it being a fictional show and obviously it's set in a future where an apocalypse essentially happened, it's so realistic about how the characters interact with each other. They're all written incredibly like human like truly human. And especially with the argument between Cooper and his wife being like, she's like, well, think of our daughter, and he's like, well, think about all the other girls that are the same age as our daughter, and parents who are just like us trying to do their best for their children. And it's I just like how complicated and complex it all is.
We gotta get all that drama. We gotta get all that Walton Goggins screen time.
Yes, Walton Goggins does steal the scenes. Steals the spotlight all the time. But
Fallout always excelled at moral ambiguity, right? And like what is right and what is wrong, and you're forced to usually make the choices, right? But like the show, obviously not. But they do a very good job of presenting that. And I even like how they've rounded out her character into like she's not really such a bad guy, which you could assume, you know what I mean? But like now we really get to see it. And where like she's dealing with all these other Vault-Tec higher ups and even people that are coming in like the water chip guy and having to deal with just like incompetence, at a high level. So it's like she's dealing with a million different things and trying to make everything work the best she can and things out of her power. Like it's well done. It's very well done. I don't care if people don't like that they changed the lore. I think it's good.
I think it's good too.
No, I think it's actually good as well.
What do you think about catching up, Chris? Like, how was that experience for you?
That was good because like I think one thing I've liked about the show is the pacing's been really good. Like I've not sat there and been like bored watching this, like, or thinking about when this scene's gonna be done. Like, no, the pacing's been really well. So like me, finishing season 1 now, it was just like, oh wow, that's all that chaos has happened. The dad slipping, he was the reason why for the bombs and stuff like that. And then obviously Lucy just coming to terms with that, and then obviously what's her name? May, was it May? Mayday? Oh, what's that? Male Dave or something like that. Something Dave or something.
Yeah, Maldaver or something.
Maldaver, something like that. Yeah. So her, obviously, she ends up dying trying to she wanted to use the fusion, the cold fusion to for the lights and stuff in it, and that's something that her and her mother wanted to do before obviously she used it. And the fact that the mother was there, were lifeless, pretty much just only moving. And it was just skeleton. I was like, come on, just get rid of her, man. Like she's
right. Why are you even holding on to her?
You know what I'm saying? She's too much dead and this and that, yeah. And then obviously I like the fact that how Lucy and Maximus had like some sort of connection. But obviously, it couldn't go all the way because of like the two different worlds they're in. She's a Vault Dweller, he's a part of like the army and stuff like that. So it's like as hard as it is, and then obviously he becomes like Maximus. Why I like Maximus as well is that like he basically did nothing to become like the to become like one of the leaders. I'm just like, wait, hold on a second. He didn't even kill her. Like, you know what I mean? She was already pretty much dying, isn't it? So there's that, and then as we're getting more and more into season 2 now, it's like we're just starting to see like obviously what was the episode I read? We just started they just started touching on the thing, the remote controller back on the neck, innit? We just started touching on that. And I was seeing the dad, like the moment he got there, he's just thinking of the rats every time, just trying to fix that, and then after that now he's like, all right, so now he needs to act in human test subjects and stuff. And I'm just thinking, like, this guy, bro, what's he trying to do here? Just trying to control people, whatever. But then when we see now he finally catches up with Lucy, now he's like, I'm trying to make this world better than what it was. And it's like, yeah, but like they have no life. It's like you've technically taken away their life from them. You know what I mean? So even though they're a certain way you want them to be, they're not being themselves. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then obviously now the brother as well. What I like is that they think that, oh, Bud Adkins, he's like he's Bud Adkins' son or something like that. But really, it's not that. He's basically trying to tell them like, look, this isn't the reality that you guys wanted when you was in the pods. Like, this is changed. Everything has changed so much. Even when he stepped outside, he already knew that like everything's changed the way it is. But now he's trying to like just find his sister, find out that what's going on. And I think by the time like he gets to see his sister, she's just gonna end up telling him like, yeah, Dad did this and all this and that. And it's gonna be peak because if everybody finds out that Hank is the reason why for these bombs, it's pretty much like I don't think there's no questions asked. Like they might just end up killing him. You know what I mean? So you know, as much as Lucy wants to do the right thing and take him back to the vault, at that point, if everybody in the vault finds out, they might just want to kill him. And you know, so but yeah,
I can see the vault dwellers not really caring.
That too.
Yeah,
part of that as well.
Some of them are so content.
Right.
How they're,
which would be interesting. And then like Lucy not get what she wants at all from it, you know, like, and him just continue to get away with what he wants. And then maybe like she puts him at gunpoint and is like, you won't really shoot me. You know what I mean? Like I can totally see that being played out. I want to see how it goes for sure. It's really good, man. It's a good season. I gotta get back into playing Fallout. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna get into Star Wars now.
You're falling out.
I do want to go back to number. I want to go back to number 3 myself.
Oh yeah, 3's great. Well, there is rumors of a remaster coming out for 3 in New Vegas. And
that's
like
cool. Okay.
getting Shadow Drop potentially, like, so that could be very soon. We'll see how that goes. This Bethesda remastering, it's gonna be buggy. That's all I can say. It's gonna be buggy. So if you want to get it at launch and deal with that, but I wonder how they'll change things as well, because I know like Oblivion Remastered came out in the last year, and they made some changes to that I'm not crazy about, but they're fine. You know what I mean? Like the sprinting is like different now. You used to be able to jump all the time, and like you would get, I think, agility like points from that, and eventually you could jump way higher and way higher. It's just like little RPG things that they kind of changed and modernized, but I like those old RPG elements to those games, you know, so that's where having a PC is really nice. You can play the original versions. But it's going to be great for console players to get a modernized version at all of these games, because if you want to play them right now, you'd have to like stream them. And I know a guy who does that. And like when you get further and further into the game, it starts being more and more of an issue. You know, like streaming games isn't perfect yet, but I know that's part of the future of gaming big time right there. We'll see. But I think that wraps Fallout, you guys. Unless somebody else got something else to say about it.
No, I think that's it.
Okay. We'll do our last thing, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. You know, I'm pumped. I just think it's so nice to have a good Game of Thrones show again. Like, its quality is great. It might be a little bit of a slow burn in the beginning, but it's still an enjoyable slow burn. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm still really intrigued and interested in what's going on. Like it's okay that we haven't got to the tourney yet, or like things haven't quite really picked up exactly, but like it's still compelling. It's still well told.
I'm
Like-
liking the build up. I'm enjoying it. Like it's only episode 2, and you're getting such a great build up when you're seeing like some of the I think some of the lead-ins to learning more about the tourney and building it up on like how hard it is for this one character to even just get to enter it. I think that stuff is interesting, and all the people he has to talk to. Like we get more backstory in this episode about how he knows his upbringing a little bit more, and even details we didn't know about his mentor. Like that kind of surprised me. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, some details about his mentor.
Yeah, some of the stuff I didn't need to see. Some of
He's
them I
not
didn't
cracked
need
up
to
the way
see.
he's supposed to be. So yeah.
It was funny. I see this show like with how good the buildup has been already, and like we know how good Game of Thrones can really be, right? So like I could see he's gonna get the wrong thing is gonna happen, right? And like he's gonna get involved in all this crazy shit. We're gonna get some like really, really good episodes, I think.
Mhm.
You know, like that just like you can't even turn away from because like they have so much going on in them.
I'm really loving the fact that they introduced the family Targaryen in this episode.
Yeah, no, I like that too.
Targaryen and Lannister.
That was really good that they mentioned Lannister and everything. So yeah,
I was like, I know those names. I've read those before. Yeah.
Because wait, is this show is based? I think it's based what, a century before the actual Game of Thrones original normal time.
It's something like that. I don't know exactly how long it is, but yeah, I liked how they even referenced is it the old Targaryens from the House of Dragon show, Rhaegar, and the other kid there. Yeah, that was kind of cool. You know, you just get a little bit of connections here and there, and that's like the way that Game of Thrones is doing connections like that. That's what Star Wars should be doing.
Yeah.
Like literally, where it's like it's little loose connections that like, oh, but they're their own thing. You know, like they don't need to rely on everything from the other show to exist, and like constantly put in these small details that connect things even heavier. Like it's nicer to have that space.
I'm just really liking the I'm really liking the friendship between Sir Dunk the Tall, and then you got or Duncan, I guess you'll say, and I like how he still has the friend from the tent from the first episode.
Yeah, right.
One of my favorite parts of this,
tug of war.
One of my favorite parts of this episode is when he literally goes up to him as he's just kind of chilling out. He's like, I need someone strong. Go over here. And then he grabs him. He's like, what are you doing? Getting a drink. I'm thirsty.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah. The way he just left the rope was fooling him, like, and then the boy was just hanging, holding onto the rope. Was like, oh man.
I almost feel like he was testing him in a way too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I bet I could leave this and he'll be fine.
Yeah, I feel like Sir Dunk could go to his house if anything. So I'll be like, okay, I could see that because the relationship.
I do think episode 3. I think we'll actually kind of see some more. I think this is where I think episode 3 will be when the ball really starts rolling for the story, because after the end of episode 2, where it's him and Egg, they're watching the jousting of the other guy of the other knights. He kind of gets like a serious, like he like realizes what he's really joining in, and like he does that little kind of guidance, this like speech like thing to Egg, where he's like, nobody remembers my mentor's name, but this is who he is and this is what he done, trying to like tell Egg to remember his mentor and also remember him as well. And I think he's now like, I think we'll actually see him like he's a klutz, but I think we will actually see him be competent in action soon. And obviously he'll like improve as the show goes on.
You know what I mean? Like, and like kind of get his bearings as he goes on. Yeah, I could see that. Like even in the first fight, I could see the show doing it that way, where it's like he kind of messes up in the beginning and kind of gets it together. You know, like by the end of the fight, enough to like, because he is big. he's tall dude. He's like, he could probably take a
Yeah,
lot.
and he's not the brightest guy. That's the thing about it as well.
Right.
You know, so.
I think he'll take a few punches and then literally he'll just like lock in essentially.
Right.
And then he'll
Yeah.
win. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll win by like near the end, like almost barely. I think
Or
in the first
dumb
match.
luck.
Or dumb
Right,
luck.
yeah,
That too.
because of how
Yeah.
dumb he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
literally,
funny.
he's so dumb, like, but, you know.
Right.
I
And
think
the
it
show
should be a
does
good
great.
mixture of Dumlock, but also I think even though he's not the brightest, he does have he does have intelligence for things.
Yeah.
So I think,
Mm.
and if he truly does hone in on his training of a knight, he can actually be very competent. And I think we'll see that in the future of episodes.
It'd be cool. Like I had a theory of like he could be the knight that travels like literally all over Westeros. You know, like he works in King's Landing. He like went to and the show ends with him like going to the Wall, or like because you don't really leave the Wall, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that would be cool. Like, what if the show picks up at this next episode, like where he gets the job as a knight? You know what I mean? Like, and does the tourney and everything. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going to actually happen at all. It's just an idea. But yeah, I think it's just a good, entertaining show. High quality, for sure.
Yeah, I'm like
Like,
in slow burn. I think the slow burn's great.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I think pacing has been fine for what it
Mhm.
is, and really. So, you know. I felt like the scene that caught me off guard was at the start of episode 2. I was not expecting all of that, but all right.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
but-
more of a comedy.
yeah.
It's more fun side. of
Yeah, it's
Game of
definitely more
Thrones.
comical, definitely, and that's
Yeah.
why I
Right.
always appreciate about that Game of Thrones because there have been some comical moments originally. So, you know,
I think
so
they
seeing them
nail the
focus-
comedy too. To be
Mhm.
honest, it's
It's
not like
not-
MCU humor or something
Yeah,
like
no.
that. No,
No,
it
no.
It's
fits.
very natural, and it also
Yeah.
makes sense within the time setting that it's in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. People were that way, or they were cruel, or like like, and they nail all those aspects. Like,
Or they
if
were
it,
just
like,
dumb. We were so
Right.
dumb back then.
Sure.
We're dumb now. I mean, but
they were very
were-
uneducated back then.
we were dumber.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
dumber
Yeah.
then.
That's for sure. I had one last thing, but I can't remember it. Oh well.
No, but look, two solid episodes, I will say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think
Game of
I think
Thrones.
it's definitely going to be those shows where it gets better and better each episode.
I think so too. Especially miniseries, they probably have a lot of confidence in it. I
Mhm.
like. Yeah, Game of Thrones fans are just getting spoiled this year. They get a miniseries and House of Dragons season 3, so that'll be
and
cool.
isn't there a game in the works as
I
well?
don't know if that's coming out this year, but yeah, no, there's a Game of Thrones video game like that action style, like Arkham Asylum or like
Really?
Return to
Okay.
Mordor.
Interesting.
Yeah, oh yeah, and you're a fictional house, and like you're gonna
Yeah,
fight
because
alongside.
they tried the King's Road. I think what was that one like that? King's Road
Is that what it's called?
or something
I'm not
like
sure.
that. It was.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just double check it because I did download it, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, that's something that's already out. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
this is out.
this you like fight alongside Jon Snow at the Wall at one point. Like I know that there's the other kind of characters that make appearances as well. It looks like I just have a lot of hope in it. I hope it's very good.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Oh yeah, and it's just nice to see more games like that like come out. I love those action RPGs, especially a medieval one. Oh my god! And I know that they're making a Lord of the Rings one to like to rival Hogwarts Legacy, and they want it to be like this big open RPG like that. I hope they go all the way with it and make it really good.
Yeah,
though,
no, it
'cause-
makes sense because Game of Thrones the world is that big for it to happen. So why not?
Oh yeah,
You
that
know?
would be very cool. We've never had that in Game of Thrones where you could like
Yeah.
go around Westeros like on a horse or something. Like Witcher 3, but Game of
Yeah.
Thrones, like how cool would that be? Or Lord of the Rings, I'd take any of them, like literally.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't be surprised. He-Man seems to be really blowing up in the last like decade. I'm not a He-Man like person, but like there's been a lot of it. Like as someone that isn't into it, like I just the Kevin Smith stuff. Like now we got another live action thing. Like it just seems like there's a lot of fandom blowing up about it, and I would not be surprised at all to see like a bigger type He-Man game come out, not just like a beat 'em up.
Oh yeah.
Right.
More than
That
a beat
looks
'em up.
cool. I could see
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's going to be awesome, no doubt.
Mhm.
You know, but like more than an arcade game,
Right.
like
I
a
would love for
bigger.
an actual story. You
Right.
know.
Put the
Yeah.
map together. People love that stuff so much in the fandom. It doesn't matter what IP you're talking about. Like the South Park Stick of Truth game was the first time ever that they had to actually make a map of South Park. And like, okay, this is how we'll have people walk around in it. And like just having that little bit of the world come to life for you as a player is like something that really attaches you to that game, makes you love that game. Just one aspect of it, you know, like, and to have that in like
Absolutely.
He-Man or like the Conan MMO does that for people. You know,
That'd
it's
be
just
cool.
like it's cool. So I'd love to see Conan get some love like He-Man is, because Conan's my dude.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Just
but
kidding.
there's like but there is that Game of Thrones game. Was it King's Road? In it, it's
Kevin's like,
supposed to
I
be
have
a
no
more,
love.
but yeah, like honestly, I don't think a lot of people just did not like it. They just said like it could have been so much. It could have been so much better, but it's just like there's a lot of things missing in that game apparently and stuff. I haven't played it yet myself, but I'll check it out at some point just to see what it's saying or whatever. Because if there's some type of potential maybe for the next game, if that ever whenever it comes out, it'll be a step up at least, you know.
Nice. No, I feel that. There's apparently a real-time strategy game in the works.
Oh, really?
Yeah, War of
Yeah.
Westeros. I might be into that. That's going to be a PC thing though. We'll see if it goes to console. Usually strategy games, real-time strategy games, they're typically coming on PC first.
Yeah.
Right. If they even get the console. But with the Steam machine coming around, dude, I have a feeling that like because it's like so many console players to be able to get one and be like, oh my god, I can play all these like indie games I was never able to play on my console. Like RV there yet. There's so many like little multiplayer games, $10 to $15. Play with your friends on Steam, right? But they're not on console. Consoles, PS5, Xbox, whoever, like maybe Switch. I don't see Nintendo doing this so much, but they're gonna start putting these games on their freaking consoles like crazy because they're gonna have to compete with Steam and the Steam machine and like people wanting to switch over to that because of that kind of convenience. You might even see game prices drop more, which would be great. I would love that because Steam has deals like crazy, and now everybody's gonna have to compete with them on a more serious level. So, but yeah, getting on and on with it. Hoping, yeah, I think we're gonna have a great series on our hands here, though. I think Game of Thrones, we're in good hands again. It's only a mini series. I think that in a way too will also bring more love back to the fandom after having such a terrible ending with the actual show, and you know people falling off of that. It could be a nice way to really bring back a full title show because I think House of Dragons isn't quite it either. It's like that's good. It's good and everything, but it's not on that like original show level. And I think this miniseries is on that original show level. Like it definitely steps it up. So,
I get it.
but I think you guys got any last thoughts? Anything you're looking forward to?
I'm pretty
for the
good.
Next one? Well, everyone's gonna watch Wonder Man. Any Wonder Man predictions? Cameo predictions?
Yeah, I think Wonder Man's gonna be a good watch. I think it will be. I think it needs to be as well because Marvel, you know.
I'm excited that we're gonna see.
So.
I'm excited that we're finally gonna see Grim Reaper. I heard Grim Reaper's in it, and I like Grim Reaper as a Marvel character, so I'm excited to see it utilized.
Interesting.
That'll be cool. Yeah, we'll be talking about that next week, no doubt. Hopefully, everybody can fully watch it. Like by then, I know I'm about to binge it.
I'm gonna binge it. I'm getting ready to get my watch party set up after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it in the morning. I think it comes out like 3 a.m. for me. So
yeah, right. I feel that good old time difference. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Episode 47 of Legion of Creators. We'll catch you next week at the same bad time and the same bad channel. Bye.
Bye.
That's a Game Boy production.